Hello, hello. I hope everyone is doing well. So today, let me get my windows tiled out here correctly. Send my tweets. Send now. Okay. And now all the internets know about it, so they're totally all going to be here. All right. So today we are playing Quest for Infamy. You can see the start screen here. This one, when I'm not directly on the screen, doesn't play, so I'll just make sure I can see my chat window over here. Get this going. All right. I am also on a new-to-me computer. Yay! A friend of mine had gotten a new computer. Mine is a little old and a little slow. His is newer. It's also an Alienware. So I finally have one. And he very generously gave it to a good home, which is my home. So yay, and thank you to my friend Serpico again for that. So, Quest for Infamy. This is by Infamous Quests. It was their first game. They also put out Order of the Thorn more recently. They are currently working on Chapter 2, or Part 2, if I forget what they're calling it precisely, for Order of the Thorn, and also a DLC for Quest for Infamy, which will show kind of what happened just before this game starts. No release dates on any of those that I'm aware of at this time, so, but when they are, certainly especially Quest for Infamy DLC, which we'll be helping them to publish, check out our page, our website, postudios.com, for information on that. And in the meantime, yeah, so this one I know is inspired by the Quest for Glory series that Sierra put out, made by the Coles. And rather than playing a hero, it's more of a focus on the anti-hero, so that's what that is. And kind of having a lot of sort of poking fun at various genre tropes and whatnot. Oh, and also, this game is on sale on Steam for 50% off this week. So go check it out there, or check out, you can either get there, you know, just do search Quest for Infamy Steam, get there from our website, or I'll be posting links on our social media channels throughout the week. So, oh yes, and as promised, today's coffee mug of choice, I play games, which was also actually a gift from Serpico, so today's stream apparently brought to you by my friend Serpico. Alright, let's get started here. Let's do the prelude to Infamy. It's always important to know where you come from. This game is a result of a small group of writers, artists, programmers, and crazy people who toiled like lunatics for years to create this game. If you obtained this for free and enjoyed it, consider supporting the team by visiting infamousquest.com for your own copy. Okay, well, I suppose technically I didn't pay for it, but that's because I helped publish it, so it's a perfect job. It's kind of funny, too, because it's on Steam. But hey, they're not wrong. Support indie games. Quest for Infamy. Who needs a hero anyway? I forgot to set a subtitle. Outside the window for this game without it freezing, so... Alright. I've had the opportunity to meet a handful of these people, Sean Mills and Steve Alexander in particular, James Broom, I met him last year, Jason Lamb, I met a couple years ago at GDC. I'm gonna let these pause. Here. yes, they get support for this on Kickstarter, as you can see. And here we have it. Somewhere in a far-off castle.
Oh my. Oh, stop it. Stop it, Ice. You're so wicked. Oh, stop it. I said no.
Alicia, what's going on in there?
It's my father. Nothing, Daddy.
Open this door at once!
But, Daddy, I'm changing.
I'm coming in!
You have to go.
But I've just got my boots off.
Don't get cheeky now. Seriously. My father will kill. Daddy.
Alicia!
Daddy, no.
Why, you devil! I'll kill you!
That wasn't my fault. She tricked me.
I'll trick you, devil!
Oh, I'm out of here.
I've played a little of the DLC that they're working on that leads up to this moment. I recall, like, the situation in that room is not exactly what it seems to be, but I haven't played through that far just yet. So when that's available, I will certainly do a stream of that. So check that out.
Hello, sir. How are you this evening?
Exhausted. Tell me, where are you going?
Oh, I'm off across the mountains. How about you?
The same. Mind if I tag along?
Not at all. We can sing songs together.
Great. Sounds good to me.
Okay, so it'll be an old-fashioned road trip, where one man sits in a pile of hay and the other drives the donkey. Prologue. New kid in town. Let's go hop over here a sec. There we go. And if anyone has joined us, looks like we have Steve, one of the creators of this game, is in the chat. Hi, Steve.
Well, here you go. Is this okay?
Yes, this is fine. Thank you. For any trouble.
Well, thank you, sir.
As we go,
Well,
if you want
I'm
to
off.
share any details
Heading north of the
in
castle.
chat about
Maybe I'll see you again sometime.
game
It just may.
creation,
well, sir.
any backstory tidbits, whatnot, go right for it. And I'll try to read them aloud so that they actually get on the stream for people watching this later who can't see what they're saying. And there we go.
Hello, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to the town of Vokesville. I trust your travels were not too unpleasant.
Just fine, thank you.
Excellent, excellent. My name is Udo. I am a seller of rare and precious trinkets, as well as a great source of news for the town and all across the valley.
You mean you're a gossip?
Call me what you may, as long as you call me friend.
We'll see.
Ah, cautious. I like that. Please
Rome
come
does not
and see
throw
me
around the
anytime
term
you need
friend
anything.
So willy-nilly. Alright. So, we've got your classic I don't know, more than 5 icon interface, because we've got walking, running, and sneaking. Look, hand, talk, sword. Your inventory, which has some things in it. Food, some armor, some gold. Folks, let's take a look at the sign.
The sign reads Volksville. It looks like it was carved a long time ago and could use some cleaning up.
Well,
You try to straighten it out. Oh, wait. No, you don't.
just to give an impression of what kind of guy Rome is here up top.
You rub your hands all over yourself like a showgirl. You think about an alternative career should the need arise.
Well, good to know I've got options. Alright, let's talk to Udo.
Hey there, Udo.
Well, hello there, friend. How can I help you today?
Ask about...
Ah, the People's Village. You'll not find a finer nor friendlier town around these parts. Everything's kept shipshape around here by old Rayford. He likes to keep things nice and orderly. And for your amusement, there's plenty of shops and sights to see. You can check out the inn or maybe visit the general store. There's a tobacconist for all your exotic smoking and spice needs. Oh, and don't forget the magic shop. We've also got an apothecary, and there's an old graveyard on the edge of town.
As happy. Now we've got all sorts of things to ask about. Alright.
Ah, the pill. He's a tough old SOB, that's for sure. He's been the magistrate around these parts for the last 30 years or so. I'd say the town's so well kept because of him, he likes to stay in the good graces of the king. He's a pleasant enough fella,
Yes,
but
Udo's
don't let that
accent.
fool you, because he doesn't suffer fools or troublemakers one bit. He'll crack your skull if you give him an excuse to.
Good to know already.
The inn is on the east part of town. It's a big old place. I think it was a giant meat hall in its former life. But over the years, it just settled into being an inn. You can get a reasonable room and some decent food there. The innkeeper's name is Kessel. Tell him Udo sent you. You'll get the Udo discount. It's right in the center of town, next to the tobacco shop. You know, it's no frills. What you see is what you get. But what you get isn't always what you see, eh? No doubt it has the kinds of supplies you'll need to get about in the valley. The proprietor is Owen.
It's always important to have someone around to give you...
He and his wife are usually in there running the place together. Honestly, I don't know her name. I always call her Mrs. Owen. Let me tell you, if there's a center of leisure and luxury in this town, it's the tobacconists. Armand has the finest
Also,
leaf imported
let me know
from
how my
all over the
volume
world.
is compared
He
to
takes
game
pride in
volume.
his
I'm on a
smokable
different
products
machine than
and
usual,
pays
so
premium to import
the
the
volume
best.
settings aren't
It's
set like
worth
they
it
had
though. He's got a great back room where the upper crust like to hang out, discuss business, and smoke their pipes. Real nice sofas and chairs back there. I've only been in a few times myself, but it was most enjoyable. Let me tell you, that Prospero is definitely one of those enigmatic characters. He's got a big, creepy house toward the south of town. The gargoyles out front give me the heebie-jeebies. But his knowledge and products are second to none.
Yeah, there you go. And you pop
Yeah,
here.
we've got a guy who fancies himself some kind of
Hey, we got a guy.
medical scientist.
No.
He's got all kinds of salves, potions, and poultices. Jared Smyrna, pharmacist, runs the place.
Tell me
Well,
about the
you're
valley.
in the Valley of Krasna right now. We're part of the Kingdom of Lenaria.
Let's go back. 5. What do we got here? Snake oil. Rubbing alcohol. Just everyday oil. Perfume. Well, I've got 314. I could buy any of this, but... Is this for stealing?
You don't know what it is, whether it's his sexually ambiguous face or just a rare case of feeling.
Ah, fun. I've got a steal option right there in the screen. I won't steal anything right now, yeah. Udo seems okay. Let's take a look at Udo.
This guy is almost feminine looking. What a sissy.
Oh, well, that's not nice. Then again, I get the impression this narrator is not always nice. Ooh, have I patented upon more exposition? Alright, let me check my mic. Alright, I'm gonna turn the desktop audio down a little bit. Okay. And there we go.
This guard is fat. You don't think he could chase off a pickpocket, let alone solve any real crimes?
I see. We are
This
unimpressed.
young man is vigorously hammering away at a pair of horseshoes.
Oh, cool.
He looks like a decent chap.
Put this
She appears to be...
Alright. Let's talk to this guard. I think the face of this guard is Steve.
Good day, sir.
And the voice, maybe?
Yes, it certainly is.
I would stay and chat, but I must be going. We've got so much happening today. Rayford wanted me to go get something, but I can't remember. We so rarely have public executions.
Execution?
You are coming to the public square, right?
Yes.
Of course, friend. Wouldn't miss this.
I would not miss an execution. Never.
Excellent. See you there.
Okay.
May crime always cower in the light.
Yes. That
Indeed.
is a thing people say. Yep.
Well, that should be an interesting day. I should make my way to the public square. Eventually.
Eventually. We got time.
Good day, sir.
Needles.
Hello there.
Who are you?
My name is Niels. I'm the assistant and farrier to the blacksmith.
Fun.
I'm preparing shoes for the horses.
Ah, that's what a farrier does.
It's quite lovely, thank you.
That's good.
Yes, there's an execution taking place soon. I want to finish these shoes before I head down.
Good call.
They take me where I need to go. I made the chair myself.
Ah, yes. That's right. He is actually.
It's a pretty quiet town, never much trouble. Except for Gorth. He's always causing trouble. Surprised Rayford hasn't beaten him senseless yet. He's the local sheriff. He's a tough man, but he's always decent to me.
Well, that's good. Alright, back.
Take care.
Oh, yes, so Steven said the voice is his, but the face was not directly his. I know some Kickstarter backers at least have faces kind of directly put on for the portraits here. Let's go up this way. And others, I think, are just created wholesale. Whole cloth. Whole cloth. Ooh, an inn.
What a sign. It's a rather large building. It looks like it could house a lot of travelers. You wonder how many people actually come through Volksville.
Good question. Let's go check out the inn here.
What a quaint and lovely place. You actually bet the rooms and beds are nice here, for a change. He's a sturdy built man. That's a nice way of saying he's plump.
Oh, well.
I tell you what I think, but that would get me banned from some forums.
I feel like maybe that's a little reference to one of our forums, among others.
There's a dude dressed in a safari outfit sitting by the fire.
Alright, let's talk to the innkeeper here.
Hello there, stranger.
Hello.
Hello there, innkeeper.
Castle's my name. This, as you may have guessed, is my inn.
Lovely. Love the view.
I do my best, and I promise the rooms are cozy.
Oh, that's nice.
Excellent.
I assume you'd be wanting lodging, considering the bridge to the north is all washed out for the moment.
Yes, I suppose I'll be staying in town for a bit.
Well, if I beg your pardon, we're getting ready for the execution. If you'd be wanting a room, come.
Sounds good.
Since you're here watching, Steve, is there anything I have to do before the execution? I know I can wander around town for a bit. I don't know if there's anything that's necessary to get done before that. Ooh, a pub.
The Jolly Rogering. That sounds like a slamming good time.
Sing. Let's check it out. Alright.
The bartender is a real beauty. Soft, pale skin, beautiful brown eyes, long, luscious hair, an ample bosom. Yep, a real beauty.
Oi, pal, put your eyes on something else. I'm no whore to be gulped at.
Well, she told you.
Oh, spirit. You like that? Whoa. That's a big boy right there. He looks like he could eat a stag and then ask for seconds.
Description of the barkeep reminds me, a friend of mine in college once said, the word ample only applies to breasts and parking. Why is that?
They look like typical muscle-bound lackeys. They're pretty good drinkers, though. This is one tall guy with a big beer. You also admire his mustache. You can tell he's a man of distinction.
Oh, there we go. Let's talk to the barkeep. I will ask about the
Welcome to the Jolly Roger Inn. I'm of ales and lager. Occasionally we get some whiskey in here. Nothing fancy, stranger.
Sounds fine to me.
Towny bar. All right.
Well, it better. You're out of luck if you're looking for anything better around here. We brew it downstairs. This shite, but it does the trick.
Oh, there you go.
Made
Lager?
from the best water and grain. That's what they tell me. I'm no brewmaster or chemist for this matter. Not a bad place. Just good folks trying to get by. He's all right. Can be a right bastard. Don't like public drunkenness or fights. He can crack a skull or two. I'm a lonely bartender in a small town. Are you here to save me, eh? Ah, the lads are good guys, farmers they are. They drink their crops. He's a big bastard, ain't he?
I guess so. Should I buy a drink? Let's buy a drink. What do we got here? The ale. The lager. Ooh, single malt whiskey. Yeah, let's get now.
Here you go, mate. Give me a blow and we're even.
Alrighty.
You pay her and begin to sip your drink. It's as refreshing as you hoped it would be.
Oh, well, that's nice.
6 or 7 of these and you might get as giddy as a Lunarian whore.
Hey, I don't know you. You new in my tavern?
No, I've been here for weeks.
You got a problem, pal?
You did ask. Stupid question. Yes.
The only problem I have, friend, is with the amount of nose hair you're sporting. You're trying to catch boogers as a hobby.
Apparently decided I'm definitely going to go the smart.
You're quite the smartass, friend.
Oh, hey.
You're lucky there's
called
an
it on me.
execution in town and there's more guards around. Otherwise, you and I'd be having words.
You're lucky I have a pair of tweezers.
You're funny, friend. Let me buy you a drink.
Okay.
Let me drink your drink.
Done.
A toast! Thank God we're not the poor bastard whose head is about to roll.
May we never face the gallows or marriage.
Hey. Blunk, blunk, blunk.
Come on by afterwards. Let's have some more drinks and talk about things.
Ooh, I like things.
It's the glass you...
Oh, what?
You quickly slip the pint glass into your cloak. You'll never know when you'll need one.
Someone just might come up and tell me they need a pint glass to defeat something, so that's how it goes here. Let me leave. Continue on down the way. Looks like there's 2 ways I can go. I'm going that way. Alright. Place here. The horse. I wonder if I can get the horse to kick me. Find out later, I suppose.
He's a tall, squirrely fella. You bet he's weird.
It's an adventure game. Everyone's weird.
Hey, you in the garden.
Who? Me?
No, the other fellow in the garden. The one with the gnomish hat.
I don't see. You got me. Good fun. Good fun.
How's it going in there?
Not bad. Just trying to pick some herbs for some potions I'm making up later.
Oh, he's German.
People always start worrying about their health after an execution.
With good reason. though I don't suppose you have a potion that really touches a head in a day.
Oh my goodness, don't be silly. Oh, that's funny. Oof. I am Jared Smyrna, pharmacist.
I'm Mr. Rowan, professional raconteur.
Well, I'm pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
Well, I've got to get finished up. Got to get to the execution soon.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, please, come by the shop sometime. There's lots of neat things in there. I bet they'd be of use to a man like you.
I'll do that.
Bye.
Alright. Oh, looks like he has a cat with him too. Goods, tobacco shop. Let's check out the tobacco shop.
You take a glance at Armand. He's dressed in fancy silks and other imported materials, and has a great medallion around his neck. You can tell by his wares that he's a man who thinks he has impeccable taste, which means he's probably full of crap.
I'm feeling you're an unreliable narrator, buddy.
This is Clayton, you assume from the embroidered name on his shirt. He's enjoying a nice pipe full of tobacco. You wonder why his eyes look so red.
The wacky tobacco.
Good afternoon, fair trader of smoked goods.
Aha, good afternoon, young master. How are you?
Better now that I know this place is here.
I believe the voice of this guy is Augustin Cortez.
Thank you. I am Armand, purveyor of the finest tobacco and smokable leaf in all the lands.
You could call me Rowan.
There's too many of them.
And indeed I will, Mr. Rohan. Be assured, every item in here is of the finest quality. I have selected my imports by hand, and any purchase you make shall be a wonderful delight for you to enjoy in your leisure time.
I'm a big fan of leisure time.
Here, try a bit of these.
First one's free.
That is delightful.
It is
Yes, imported Kenmati leaf from the realm of Anengoti, the finest. I must close up for a moment before the execution, but please stop by again, and we can discuss the finer things I have to offer.
Okay.
Sounds excellent. See you soon.
Alright.
Everything in here is amazing. Sir, I highly recommend the Sir Dave's of Romario blend.
Does that voice sound familiar? Is there anyone in particular that I would have heard a voice of before who does Clayton there? Because for some reason that voice sounds familiar.
She's a stout but sweet-looking lady. You bet she could kill you faster than any other man you've ever met. He looks like he enjoys butchering things. Probably a good way to deal with the stress of being married to Gwen. This section of the store is given over to meat products of all descriptions. You can see beef, pork, and lamb. Is that turtle? Large sacks of flour sit on the floor of the shop, waiting to be purchased by some sucker who has to carry that much flour.
I wonder if that will be us later.
You peer along the massively stocked shelves of the store. You spy several interesting items. Coffee? Yes, please.
Yes, please.
You peer along fried beans, because beans make you fart. You peer along herky jerky is 17-pound bag of turtle jerky. You peer Dr. Unius T.L. Unius herbal bat tea. You peer along coffee.
Alright, let's talk to these folks.
Hello, young master. Welcome to the Owens General Store and Meat Emporium.
Butcher shop. Meat Emporium sounds like a whorehouse.
Oh, you'd know a whorehouse, wouldn't you?
Maybe. I found you in one.
You were the chamber pot boy.
You were the chamber pot.
I love you, dear.
How do you do, honey buddy?
Wow, this is lovely.
They have fun.
Hey, you tried running a store with your significant other. You have to do something to keep yourself from going nuts.
I imagine so.
Understood.
You did voice both of these. So Steve hasn't informed me he voiced both of these characters, which is awesome.
Well, we're just about to close up to go to the execution, so if you need something, just stop on back afterwards, okay, honey?
Will do.
Okay.
You do. Stay pleasant.
So for voicing it, for Gwen in that case, is there like some sort of after effect put on your voice after the recording, or was that all just you doing some falsetto work? Basically, you argue with yourself. Yeah, no, I mean, we all argue with ourselves a little bit, don't we? Nothing about that house catches my interest right now, so I'm gonna keep going. I'm sure it will be later. This looks like a magic shop.
This door leads in.
It's got gargoyles. Nice.
The base of the gargoyles reveal two names, Vigo and Hector.
How droll, indeed. So in one of my other streams, I was talking about how, for us, usually Mike Fortunato, who does the voiceover directing and has a lot of recording equipment, usually ends up being the person whose voice shows up most often for like random side character, any side character who needs extra lines done. We don't have anyone for it. So does that happen to be you in this case, or is there someone else who ends up being more roles? Let's go in here. Oh, this looks mysterious.
You see a tall, thin, bearded man behind the counter.
From here he looks like Doctor Strange. And you're quite a
Ahoy!
Look cold.
Ahoy. We're on at sea, are we?
Yeah, so you did voice a bunch of small roles. Cool, cool.
We're all exist in some way.
How insightful. Allow me to quote that in my book of Who Cares.
I think with the collar and having recently watched this movie again, I can now only picture this guy as being Doctor Strange, so Prospero is now Benedict Cumberbatch for me.
Now, young man, is there something I might help you with?
Who are you?
Name? Well, you may call me Prospero. I make it most of the town calls me Mr. Magic. It amuses them.
Whenever someone says, "You may call me name," he told Jen, the artist, that Prospero was to be inspired by Doctor Strange. There you go. Good call. Yeah, whenever anyone in a game or a book or a movie, whatever, says, "You may call me such and such," I'm always like, well, that's not your real name, but maybe that's not important. Let's see.
Magic? Well, that's quite a discussion. Perhaps we can converse about it when we have more time. There's an execution coming soon, and we'd better not be late. Rayford gets into quite a tizzy about these things.
Let's see. Alright, we'll talk
Goodbye.
later. I made a few words. Prospero, let me start now. You read a lot of comic books, Marvel comics as a kid. For some reason, a lot of the superhero comics I've always had an interest in, but just never quite got into, in large part because there's so many at this point and so many restarts of storylines that I'm not sure where to start. So I kind of have just a lot of
It looks like they're getting ready for the execution.
I'm the only
It's not
person in
quite
5
time
years to
yet.
question
I suggest you
Prospero's
explore
real
more of the
name.
town. You should probably also talk to more people.
No, I haven't talked to enough.
That's
people
what
to trigger
I
this.
would do. But I'm not you. Sadly, I'm just a disembodied voice.
Well, either from reading a lot or just watching a lot of, especially genre stuff, I think I come to the idea of well, anytime, there are certain things that come up a lot. You may call me when it's not your real name is a thing. Try going this way this time. I don't even know. I might be pointing the wrong direction on the webcam versus the screen, but... oh hey, these guys look totally not shady. Certain tropes that come up a lot, which I think is fun, because then after you learn a certain number of them, you get to watch something, it's like, oh, I see this twist coming before it happens, and that feels pretty cool, for me at least, so. Alright, which one of you should I talk to? Let's look at
Two future Rhodes scholars throwing dice in a cemetery. They'll probably be lords someday with the way this world works. He's a squirrely looking fella who appears to be running some kind of game. You clutch your purse just a little tighter. Two future Rhodes scholars throwing dice.
Alright, so this one is the important one. Yeah, word choice is always important. That's something we were going to do in TSL, but ended up dropping from the longer version. Was going back to the fact that Edgar at the end of King's Quest IV becomes more human-looking, coloring-wise. But Janesta says you should look like what you are. She doesn't say, like, I'm gonna make you look like you did before, or you were supposed to, or anything. So it leaves this vague idea of, like, maybe he was supposed to have green skin, or something to that effect. I mean, we meet his parents later in King's Quest VII, and one of them has green skin, so... Alright, let's talk to this dude.
Whoa, boys. We better stop here for now. Rayford's got an execution going on soon.
Word on the
Don't
street,
worry,
guys.
we'll be back later if you're game for some action.
There we go.
I should make my way to the town square.
I should. Yes! Sir Chatterlot. Achievement unlocked. I have way too much wire on this.
Bring in the prisoner!
Prisoner voiced by and face inspired by Let's Player and YouTuber Pa Duggan. I do know that. He plays a lot of classic point-and-click adventure games for his stuff. Right now I think he's doing King's Quest VI.
It is by the edict of the king and the laws of the land of the valley of Krasna in the kingdom of Lonaria that here in the town of Volksville, I, J.S. Rayford, am here to carry out the sentence in the matter of the people versus the criminal Marcus Van Houten, who has been proven guilty of theft and murder. Does the criminal have anything to say?
Let me head roll. I defended myself and stole to feed my own starving body. If this is life, then my head is better served up fresh on a pole for all you people.
Very well. Marcus Van Houten, you are sentenced to death by the automatic blade. May the next life be better than this.
As long as I don't have to look at your filthy face, Rayford, your conscience is almost as filthy as mine.
Take his head, tar it, and put it on a pike outside town to warn others of our justice. His headless body to a crow's cage to be pecked clean, and thus it is for criminals here. I will not tolerate them in my jurisdiction. Do you understand? You are all witnesses here today.
Yeah. It is definitely gory and a different contrast to the kind of comical tone that's been going on prior to now.
Rayford would like to see you in his office.
Oh, shoot. The man wants to see me. Oh no.
Hello there. You're a visitor to our town, I take it?
Let's keep getting to know Rayford. I'm gonna do smartass, so no.
No, I've lived here all my life.
Yep.
A bold lie. I know everyone of this town. Who are you?
My name is Mr. Rowan. Mr. William Rowan. Pleasure.
J.S. Rayford, Town Magister. Pleasure. Well, I have some matters to attend to. Please stop by my office later. I'd love to chat with you some more.
Sounds good. Good evening, lawman.
Good evening, Mr. Rome.
What an asshole.
Oh yes, the Infamy
Well, since it
points.
looks like I'll be here a while, I should try to make a friend or something.
So your reputation increases or decreases in infamy points depending on the actions you take. So since I was a smartass to him, I am now at 15 infamy points, and I know the number of points you have opens up certain options and different story paths later on in the game. Alright, let's get a room. That's important.
Hi, Kessel.
Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Let's ask about a
I'd
room.
like a room, please. Nothing too shabby, but nothing so uncomfortable.
Why, sure. So I guess you don't want to be staying in the stable, I take it? Ah, yes, yes. We have fine rooms here. My daughter Ina will make it up for you. The cost is $5 a week. We can start a tab if you like.
Okie doke.
That sounds fine.
Well, your room is up the stairs, down the hall on the left. You're in the deer suite. It's decorated with boars. I'm kidding, of course.
Would have been kind of fun if it was.
What happened there?
I'd like to say it was something clever, but really, I just got drunk one night and thought it was funny. Now I'm too ashamed to go back on my own joke.
I like a man with conviction.
He's sticking it through, there's that.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Anyway, we serve dinner here just before sundown, so if you want to be eating with us, just wander in around that time. We have a few regulars that like to come in and eat, so there's plenty of people to chat with if that's your thing.
Thank you.
Well, when I came into owning this building, it had been some kind of adventurous guild and mead hall. It was a wreck, really. Apparently, the adventurers around here were really more just a bunch of lying drunks. Great stories, but they couldn't take care of shite. Yep, she's my daughter, and don't think I don't know what she looks like.
Oh my.
I've been growing a goiter since the day she passed into womanhood, and every man in this town has been sniffing after her. I keep an old hickory stick back here, just in case I have to crack a skull.
Excellent choice of protection.
Aye, thank you. Just say, sir, for safety's sake, that I hope I don't have to smack you upside the head for betraying my trust and good nature.
I should hope not. But let's say that if you had to, I'd know I deserved it, and I'd take the licking like a man.
Thanks. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Yes, I am playing Quest for Infamy this week. Wanted to do a little break from TSL and check out one of the other games. Of
course you know.
And Steve Alexander is also in the chat here, one of the creators of it. I don't think you guys have ever had the opportunity to meet, so. I don't enjoy beatings that lead to death. This is true, but I'm doing the smart ass route, so. Heh.
For her?
Heh.
Yeah, it might be worth it.
I don't know if there are any romance
You're a
options
funny
in this
bastard.
game. I know there's a couple characters who are important who are female. I don't know if they come up as romantic options or if they are just other characters in the game to interact with.
Well, I love this town.
So, Steve,
lived here all my life.
any input on that?
So did my folks. Father used to be a woodcutter, but I said screw that.
Screw it.
Don't feel like swinging an axe all day. So now, I take care of travellers when they come in, and I feed people. It's not a bad life.
It doesn't sound bad.
Ha! What a tough old prick he is. The only thing harder and more stubborn is my old hickory stick.
Most of the jokes in this game are actually how inept Rome is with women. I think you missed, Steve, when I was playing the little prologue part. Oh, this is technically the prologue section, but the prelude to Infamy, and it's talking about how you're doing the DLC for what is it? Rome to Ruin. That's it. Leading up to it. And I think if I haven't, it's been a while since I played parts of it, and I think I remember like the situation with the Baron's daughter is not really what the dialogue at the beginning would lead you to believe, if I'm correct. But I forget exactly how it plays
You
out.
think I'm kidding
And I
when
know
I
I didn't
say
play
I'll
the full
bash you for
version,
taking
so.
advantage of Ina? No, sir.
He's a raconteur, but he's not as slick as he'd like to believe. Nice. Alright.
You be having a good night.
Alright, let's go talk to Ina.
Hello, stranger.
Yes, she is quite pretty. Rome to Ruin shows what happens on that night.
Hey, nice duster.
Nice duster.
Thanks. Nice beard.
I peered it myself.
Bet you did. It is not quite how it sounds.
I bet you did. Pa bought this in years ago when I was little, and I've lived here most of my life. I clean and take care of the guests.
I bet you do.
Lucky she laughed at that, buddy.
Vokesville is very quiet, but I like it here. I go down to Tyr with Pa every few months, but I love my home.
Kessel is voiced by composer James Mulville, and Ina is voiced by his wife, Jen. Nice. Yeah, in a number of places in our names, as I said, Mike does a lot of the voices, and his wife Amy does a lot of the voices as well. He plays Alexander, and she is Cosima, for example, in TSL, and in Cognition, she was the voice of Cordelia, and he was the voice of both the brother of Cordelia and also the brother of Erica, which is kind of funny.
Vokesville is very...
Oh, right, exactly.
I don't like Rayford. I know people say he's good for the village, but I think he's a bad man. My pa's the greatest. He takes such good care of me, and this inn. I miss her.
Is that hickory stick your pa talks about for real?
He used it on Mills the banker last week. Beat him real good. It's a shame, though. He's such a handsome man.
And you and your pa gotta talk about boundaries. I'm totally asking out for
I suppose you'd be interested in meeting me for a drink at a pub later.
No, she isn't interested.
Oh, fair enough then. Can't blame a guy for asking.
No, you can't. I totally would, but Pa would break your legs if I went with you.
It's cute, but I think your dad needs to loosen up on the reins a little bit. Then again, I have no idea how old Ina is supposed to be, so...
Good lord, you're gonna get me killed.
Maybe, but it's a good time though, isn't it?
Alright, it's enough out of you.
Well, it's lovely talking to you, Ina.
Oh, such a gentleman.
Alright, let's talk to this dude over here. Actually, speaking of the bank, I realized on my desk I have this infamous quest for infamy bank of
Well, hello, young fellow. How are you?
Which has some kind of code thing on the back that I know I can use to, like, steal money from the bank. I'm gonna have to ask you how that works again sometime. Hello, Red Coat Katrina. Welcome. Hello, young fellow.
I'm above ground. It's a start.
Got a lot of people writing about that line. No, she isn't interested. It's a bug. It's too echoey.
Indeed. Can I help you?
I picked up on it's echoey because he's further away. Also, I just realized I've managed to put my cursor in exactly the place to make Kesso look like he's got a big skull head. I'm just gonna leave that there. Oh, I have to move it now. I don't know how to fight.
You don't know how to fight?
I don't.
And you're still alive? Well, you are an enigma, aren't you?
Okay.
Before we get into combat proper, I'll explain a couple of neat tricks I've learned over the years that might help you out.
Please do.
Always watch out for your enemy. They can be anywhere and tend to hide behind trees and such things.
The skull-faced
Once you enter an
terror.
area, if there's an enemy about, you have about 5 seconds to decide what to do. You can always run away, or you can choose to attack. Just click your sword icon on them if that's what you want to do, and you'll get straight into the combat.
Oh, another rusher. The Fat Wizard. In the library, there's the phrase that says something like, those that know, and then you enter in some text. Was that some sort of Kickstarter backer reward? Ah, yes it is. Ooh, secrets. This is why you back games on Kickstarter, people. You get cool inside stuff. Alright, this is how I combat.
Rogues also have the option of attempting to throw a dagger at an enemy, which could stun them long enough for you to get close enough to slice their throat. Not very honorable, but you don't strike me as someone who would care about that.
Oh,
now let's talk about combat itself. I'll just cover the basics here. You can learn more about class-specific actions yourself. I do warn you, I know all of this in theory, but in practice you might still have some learning to do. At the top, right above what I'm saying here, you'll see your own health as well as the health of your enemy.
4 to 40.
If either falls to 0, that person dies.
Makes sense.
You'll see across the bottom of your screen 4 buttons. These are your basic combat moves, and you use them by clicking on your preferred choice during combat. Each of these moves is attached to a statistic in your character sheet. which you can view by pressing Ctrl S or clicking on the shield icon on the main drop-down icon bar at the top of the screen.
Good to know.
All of your moves use one specific skill, weapon % hit, which tells you how likely you are to hit your opponent. Then each of the other combat skills, hacking, stabbing, and slashing, increase the damage you do.
There we go.
Any attacking action taken in combat, whether successful or not, will go towards raising your skill level in that particular skill, as well as weapon % hit. The first button is stab, so why don't you give it a try? Don't worry if you don't hit. The Rukiti isn't real.
Rukiti. Oh good, I just clicked this.
Well done! You've just performed your first stabbing action. It's a useful move to master. Now let's look at slashing.
Okay.
Nicely done. That's slashing for you.
So slashing goes up, hacking goes down.
Hacking is most certainly my preferred attack. Of course, I really prefer not to get into combat at all. You've got one final button on your combat panel, so let's try out some blocking. Blocking, or avoiding your opponent's weapon, is very useful in combat. A successful block will return 5 health to you, and cause your enemy's attack to fail for that turn.
Nice.
So that's the basics of combat. I hope I've been helpful.
You have, Nido King. Thank you very much.
Oh, before I let you go, I should point out a couple of other things you might find useful.
There are still 3 or 4 things people have not discovered in QFI after almost 3 years of release. There's an Easter egg in Gabriel Knight that I'm pretty sure I don't think anyone's found yet, actually. The remake, that is. So.
I just turned on a 5th button on your combat panel.
5th button.
This one is your healing potions.
That's helpful.
Very useful in battle as they heal you for 10 points of health.
10 points.
So carry a few around with you. The number above the potion designates how many you're carrying. Give the button a click and watch yourself drink a healing potion. Okay, that's all I really know about fighting.
Thanks. I'm also going to ask you about my skills, and I think that'll be about all the time we have for today. But I am going to say, you know what, this section of the game basically is where I determine what class I'm going to do. Brigand, or fighter, rogue, or thief, and sorcerer, which is the magic user. So for folks who are watching right now, let me know which one you think I should go for. The thug, the thief, or the magic user.
Well, hello.
I'm above.
Indeed.
I will ask how my
So,
skills
you want to know about skills? That's a pretty exciting topic, so I'm glad you asked. You can check out your skills on your character sheet, which is located by clicking the shield icon. The left side of your character sheet contains all your combat skills.
Okay.
And you can learn more about them. On the right side are the skills I'll talk about here.
Environmental.
These are climbing is self-explanatory, I suppose. Or at least it should be. If you can't grasp what climbing is, you're probably about to die quite often in this game.
I bet I am. I do often go for rogue, so it's tempting for me to go that way, but I'm happy to go another way if that is where it wants to take us. And since I've just kind of scratched the surface, I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll keep doing this one next week, actually, to finally get into some of the more grit of it and choose a class and whatnot. So I'll put up a poll this week asking which class I should go for as well, but your votes will count now as well.
Stealth is your ability to sneak around and not be heard. You raise this by simply sneaking around, although non-rogue classes can't raise the statistic above 50. Thievery is your ability to steal shit or to pick locks.
Steal shit.
The more you pick those locks or steal, the better at it you become. Again, though, only rogues can raise this above 50. Mystical power is the statistic that sorcerers care most about. This raises with every spell cast, and the higher it becomes, the more powerful your spells become. All the statistics rise on a sliding scale, so at first it might only take a couple of attempts to raise your skill level. But as your skills become high, finally, there's infamy. The more you undertake tasks in this game, the more infamy you gain. This is very important later in the game, because if you've gained enough infamy, you'll get more health in your final tasks. I hope that was some help. If you
remember marketing this, we referred to that of the how big a bastard can you be skills. I will. Let's ask a little about this guy.
Where are my manners? Ned O'King, adventurer, explorer, and cataloger of rare animals. And in some cases, monsters. Well, I travel from land to land looking for new species of animals. I catalog them all.
Ned O'King is a backer who provided not only the look, but also voiced him. I was expecting that. His face looked a lot like maybe it came from a picture or something. I wasn't sure if the voice was though, but cool. Very cool. Ned O'King. Oh yeah, that's his Kickstarter name. That name is familiar, Ned O'King. I think he's I've either seen him on other forums or in Kickstarter backing lists or something like that, but I've definitely seen that name before in the adventure community, as you will.
They are fascinating, eh? I love your regular old bear or raccoon, but when you find that rare species, that's what makes the job. Well, there's an interesting subject. You do see them around here. I try to avoid them and study from afar. Mostly I try to talk to others who've seen and dealt with them. I use their information to write about how to deal with them. This area has such an interesting array of monsters, even undead. And the regions within each area are almost unique in their variety. There's the Volksville Woods, which currently surround us. To the west lie the grasslands, and just north and east of here are the 99-acre woods. Or the North Woods.
Not to be confused with the 100-acre woods.
Up north and a little west of here is the Krasnan Swamp. Head south towards the ocean to see the amazing South Woods.
There are a lot of areas
holds variety to keep me fascinated for
years.
It
was like over 120 different screens. Was it more than that? Steve will have to supply that information.
Feel free to ask me about anything you might want to, and I'll tell you what I know.
Ooh boy. Okay. The Beast. The Beast is gonna come up soon, so I'll ask about that. The others, I'm gonna wait on.
From what you describe, this sounds like a Hundlevorn. The thing about them is, they aren't natural. A Hundlevorn is generally some kind of purposeful mutation of a creature, or man. In those cases, some kind of magic or alchemy is involved. I'll tell you though, you should worry less about the Beast, and more about who made the Beast.
Interesting information. I had not come across that when playing this section before. Kind of makes me feel bad about killing. I'll ask about the woods.
The main creatures you'll encounter around here are the Rukiti. They're a red-skinned creature, generally armed with a flail, who are mean and will probably attack you on sight. I've heard they're not too difficult to defeat in combat, although I've never tried myself. You'll probably encounter some brutes as well if you wander around enough. That's what they call the local brigands around here. Rough lot.
Over 140 locations/screens in this game. Yeah, that's a lot of game.
A good offense is probably just slashing at these types instead of just trying to stab them.
Alright, we'll ask about the rest of this stuff.
Well, it was not...
So, yeah, I think I had one vote for Sorcerer over here. I'm gonna take the Bard vote as joking. Is there anything over this way? No? Okay. Let's head in this direction. So I believe I can get the task assignment from each of the kind of trainers in those different classes, and then kind of decide on my own.
Look at this fella. He looks too handsome to enjoy a drink.
Oh,
yeah. Let's get him some apple juice.
Oh,
I'll take some milk. From your mother's breast.
Oh,
again.
snap.
I always go back for a second.
I'll bust your lip for that, mate.
Shut up! You'd piss yourself trying. He's a good guy. Boys, this is Mr. Rome. Rome, meet the boys.
Hello, gentlemen.
We're just having a few pints. Please join us.
Sounds good.
The drinking contest.
Why don't we have some fun? You up for a drinking contest?
Definitely.
I'm
Absolutely.
always up for a contest. And I'm always up for drinking.
Ooh.
Sounds good to me.
Splendid. All right, the rules are, drink these bites until you can't drink no more.
Pretty straightforward.
Prepare to change your religion, sir.
I think the mouse starts twitching the more you have to... Yeah, see, I'm not moving it right now. Drink up. And there they go. Oh boy. Here we go. When we were in the beta testing at this stage, I remember one of our producers, he was playing this part, and his mouse kept twitching outside of the game, so he had to actually restart his computer to get it to go back to normal. Alright, let's do this here. Ooh, drink up. Whew! I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna do it. I will best you. Oh, that's not. Now I don't even know which one's which. Alright, I'm gonna have that they haven't switched sides again. And click. Here. Here. Come on. Here.
I yield! I yield! You could drink like a fish. Damn!
That's right.
You know, you just might be the kind of guy we could use.
Yeah?
What do you do?
I'm gonna give Kid Red Skull of Death. Face.
Well,
I did it!
Businessmen.
What do you sell? Body odor?
No, we procure items that need to be liberated.
Which is funny, because he's not a thief, but it does kind of sound like it, though, doesn't it?
Gotcha. Obviously you don't use that ginger touch of yours.
No, our targets are usually much larger than mere thievery.
Hello, Aaron! Aaron has joined the chat. He's one of our players. So now I'm about to wrap up soon, once I finish with Kurt here.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Go on.
Maybe I'll see if I can talk to at least the other 3 guys.
Well, I'll need you to do something for us. You know, to prove your worth.
That sounds like a job interview, only much more physical.
Oh, that sounds like work.
You might say that. I'll get to the point. There's a beast that lives just outside of town. It's some kind of weird mutation or someone's creation. I don't give a crap. All I know is that its teeth are made of pure silver.
Silver teeth, eh? Sounds like a child.
I want you to kill the beast, cut out its teeth, and get them to us.
A little gruesome.
You want me to cut the teeth out of its head and give them to you? That's grim.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but I also need the teeth melted down. I can't trade teeth to people. Too suspicious. You up for it?
Alright, so important question for Steve, because I don't want to totally choose this now. Is the path I am set on determined by what I say here, or by who I bring the teeth to later? Because I do want to at least hear everybody out before I commit to one. Now I gotta wait for my stream to catch up and you see it and get the answer back. The brigand. Sorry, what's the yep to? It's settled here? Okay, for now I'm gonna say no because I want to hear the other ones.
That sounds a bit too old.
No problem. I'll assume you'll keep what we just...
Of course. I've no love for the law. Or a snowing and fine gentleman.
Much obliged. Come on back for an ale, or if you change your mind.
Okay. Good, good. So that is the brigand. Theirs is the way of strength and direct fighting. Go back up this one. You know what I should do is sneak everywhere, but I'll do that later. Ah, there's the Bank of Volksville. We'll check that out later. But, you know, if you ever want to rob a bank. There you go. Alright, it's off to this direction.
The blacksmith is large and in.
Alright, I'll leave the blacksmith to what he's doing. It's cool. Oh, that's a squirrel.
The squirrel is picking. Leave the little.
Aw. I want the squirrel. Alright. So, we're gonna at least talk to the other guys. Who is this guy?
Well, all in black, crow on his shoulder. Either this guy's a bit shady or his girlfriend was just murdered by a gang of thugs.
Alright, what's this guy's deal? Let's find out.
Hello there. What, mate? What can I do for you?
What's your deal?
The name's O'Burr. This is Costigan.
Hi.
Well, this is it. A sweet little town to call home. Well, the tavern is about as lively as we get around here. There's a farmer's market off in the corner of town. All kind of people hanging out there.
Mm-hmm.
There's the regulars, but occasionally travellers show up to showcase the little oddities and all that. Oh, Gorf's a prat. If he ever pesters me, it's usually for a blight to get a sausage or something. I just hand him one to shut him up. He gives it out worse to others in town, though. Frankly, I think he's dumb enough to get himself hurt or killed soon enough.
So Gorth is gonna end up dead.
Nice to meet you, Fred.
Not sure still what this guy's deal is. I don't think I've met Gorth. Heard him mentioned a couple times now, though.
It's a door.
Yeah, I know it's a door.
This little cottage is quaint. You wonder what kind of an arsehole lives there.
Hey, the house is quaint. What is your confession, Steve? I keep expecting those gargoyles to, like, eye-beam me or something and kill me when I go in here.
Is there something I might help you with?
There is.
Ah, yes. Magic. I do owe you a conversation about this.
You do?
Let me ask you, what do you know of magic?
Mostly disappearing rabbits, chicks with cards, and how to disarm a woman out of her virtue.
Ah, yes, most fine and excellent forms of entertainment. But no, those are not attributes of real magic.
I figured as much.
Oh yeah, magic. Magic is the essence of the soul, pulled forth from the ether and made physical and active by the sheer force of will.
Well, let's see what Steve is saying. I've had to go back and replay this of late, and revisit our original game code because Sean and I are working on QFI's Special Edition, which not only has some bug fixes, but some other changes, fixes, updates, change in resolution from square rectangular, etc. Ooh, fancy. Going to widescreen, nice.
It comes from within us, and within everything around us.
I'll have to bug you about that offline. Ask more questions. I can I've been relearning how we put this game together, which is mostly with virtual duct tape and prayers. That sort of reminds me how, especially if we're doing, working on TSL episode 5, which is done in Unity, but looking back at, the first 4 chapters, yeah, as Chris is saying, is kind of funny because those were done in a completely different engine, which at this point it's not even an option to go in there because it's all done like, I think long-form coding, wasn't it?
I realize this sounds like a lot of philosophical nonsense, but it is an art. To wield it, one has to train the mind as well as the body.
Voice acting, by the way.
They must learn to combine the spiritual with the physical.
And everything.
Combining spiritual with physical. Buddy, that's what got me in trouble with the Baron's daughter in the last tour I came from.
Combining spiritual with physical. Oh, well, a little preview of Room to Ruin, I guess. Yeah, you're not a game master unless you've put it together in a wing and a prayer.
I'm not speaking of copulation, young man. To know spells, well, the incantation is only part of a larger process. Knowing the words to say aloud is one part. That physical act accesses the mental acuity, which allows you to tap into the metaphysical. But magic comes from combining the metaphysical with the physical. See, in order to cast, say, a flame projectile, you not only need to know the chant for the spell, but you'd have to have a physical vessel for it.
And what would that be?
It's these kinds of secrets that one learns when one becomes a user of magic. Would you be interested in becoming a user of magic?
This is my path choice. I don't know that I would, so...
Well, we can all be winners now,
I'm gonna
can't
keep
we?
my options open.
Have a good night, sir.
Alright.
Is there something? I have many the odd for the common man. I can sell magic potions. We can talk more about
Okay.
Stop by.
Alright. There's notes in the code that read like, this part sucks because Steve coded it at 3:47 a.m. on March 13th, 2013. Yeah. I am not a coder or programmer personally, and while it would be useful to know those things and whatnot, but it's not the kind of thing that's my forte. And I have great respect for those who do it. Alright.
Hey, mister. We've got a game going here, can't you see?
My mistake. I saw 3 guys hunched over, and I assumed you were all staring at a snail.
Hey.
Staring at snails? Snails? I'm not even drunk yet. It's not snail staring time.
I like the idea that that is like a certain level. Ah, now it is snail staring time. We've had enough to drink.
Oh, well, sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt your game a chance. Carry on.
Call myself a coder as a gift I give myself every December. If you've coded a thing, there you go.
Whoa, mister. You interested in getting in on the action?
Oh, that's right. It's a gambling game here. Yes.
Sure. What kind of action we got going?
Craps, my good man, craps. The game of kings and paupers alike.
Or doesn't he cheat?
Why? Because we all suffer from the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. And, well, we all poop, don't we?
There's even a book about it.
That's both sufficiently deep and disgusting.
I aim to please. You aim to please.
You're delightfully droll. I'm surprised no one's punched you in the face yet.
Who says they haven't? I didn't get this mug by avoiding all the fists to my face. Anyway, the game is craps. You know how to play?
Not really.
Well, here's the rules in a nutshell.
Ian is visually based
You
on
roll the
Freddy's
dice.
artist.
You get a 7 or an 11. You can't count.
Yes.
Good. There you go. Lay your money down and take a chance.
There's no way to win this if I'm correct, right?
Something's fishy.
Yeah.
If there's anything I know, it's cheating.
Hey! I'm an honest man.
Yes, you're honestly cheating.
A sword always makes a man more honest.
Ah, no need for violence, my good man. I like your style.
Thanks, I try.
Hey, you think you might be able to help me out? I've got something, but, well, frankly, I don't have the stones to do it.
Few men do. What do you need?
Oh, thank you, Chris. I should change what Twitch says on the dashboard.
Well, I need some blood from the beast that lives outside of town. I don't know what the hell that thing eats or why it works the way it does, but its blood is pure freaking magic. In my line of work, you need a little luck and some lubricant to get things done.
Zing.
Are you a gigolo or something?
It's a valid question at this point.
Ah, nothing so glamorous. You think the ladies are lining up to pay for a ride on this trolley? Jeez, mister, you think highly of me.
Well, I assume we're talking about sleight of hand mastery.
Is that a masturbation joke? You're funny. No, straight up. I'm a thief, a rogue. I steal shit. It's what I'm good at.
Sometimes you just have to steal things. World's a crazy place.
Ain't that the truth? So can you help me?
Right now.
Sorry, mate. That doesn't sound like my bag.
It's not my bag, baby.
Too bad. Come and see me.
Alright. So first... Yes. Okay. Choose your destiny. Save that there. So, I'm going to call it here, but I would like to come back to this next week, actually, and formally choose a path, the Brigand, the Rogue, or the Sorcerer. I'm going to put up a poll on Facebook and Twitter, so you can let me know what you think you want to, what you think I should play as. And thank you, everyone, for coming in. Thank you, Steve, for coming by.